it up, yeah. And I got the big truck, yeah. Caught the Jazz 200 on the dash. I was just speaking big facts. I ain't even signed a deal yet. I ain't even missed a meal yet. I'm eating good cause I'm still fake.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video of Lace by J5. Today we're doing the next installment of our How I Started My Rap Shop series, and this installment is going to be a quick shop tour. So if you want to see what this shop started as, go back and watch like one of our very first videos. You can see us just moving in and starting to paint and all that kind of stuff. So quite the transformation from then to now, but we're just going to kind of show you what we've done, you know, since we've been here. So right now we are in the lobby area. This is the newest addition to our shop. We actually built this section because I felt like clients needed a designated space that was obvious, like, hey, this is your space. We use this space to go over ideas that clients have for their raps. We show them rap colors, all that good stuff. And so we'll kind of show you where we have that set up. All right, so on this wall over here, we have our color samples. As you can see, we have a couple of display boards up on the wall. These displays in particular are from Tech Rap. We offer all the major vinyl brands here. We just have Tech Rap walls or Tech Rap display boards because we thought they show well and they're not too big. But on the shelves below that, you can see we have swatch books from all the major manufacturers. On this side in particular, we have our more premium offerings, our cast vinyl films, 3M, Avery, KPMF, Hexus, Orifal, all of that is over here for customers to be able to check out. And then over on this side, we have all the rest of the color swatch books that we offer. Most of these are the calendar films that have really wide color selections. We also have Flexi Shield over here, Cheetah Wrap, APA Evolve. You know, we carry everything. We like to give our customers a nice wide variety of colors to choose from. We always let them know what they're getting into when it comes to the quality or longevity of the films, but we have all the options here for them. Also, you may have noticed the screen in the middle here. We currently have some YouTube videos running, but we sometimes use this display to render vehicles for customers so they can see what the different colors will look like on their vehicle. This video right here is actually kind of showing that. We have a video on our YouTube about how we do that, so if you want to check it out, go check it out. The wall behind this display area, we actually designed and printed on our printer here. And it's just kind of a collage of all the different rap tools that we use, which I thought was cool. And then we kind of have our tagline at the top of there, get laced before you hit the streets, with the logo and whatnot. We just wanted to add some visually appealing elements in here and kind of show what rap could do. You know, rap is a very versatile, or vinyl is a very versatile media. And you can do a lot with it, not just rap cars and vans, but also walls and desks and all kinds of stuff. And so just quickly, if you look over at the other wall, we actually printed this wall too. It has this nice white and gold and black marble pattern on it. Customers are really kind of taken back by this wall when they see it because they had no idea that you can do something like that using vinyl, but you can. So we've got it in here for display. We actually want to wrap some of the other walls in here. I hadn't got to that yet. As I said, this is the newest portion of the shop. And so it's still kind of a work in progress, even though we have it going. Along this wall, we also have some seating for customers. Sometimes we have clients come in for those jobs that they can wait on, you know, headlight and tail light tint, roof wraps, hood wraps, you know, the smaller projects like that, window tint. And this is where the clients will wait at. This area is not finished yet either. I actually want to build like a desk or bar height tabletop here. And that's why we have an outlet here for clients to be able to maybe use their computers and sit down and work if they need to. On this side, we have the front desk. This is where you usually find me, depending on what's going on in the shop that day. If we're really busy, I'll probably be in the back actually wrapping stuff. But on normal days, I'm usually here fielding phone calls, responding to emails, and all that good stuff. And so when clients walk in, I'm usually the first person they see. But yeah, we also check our clients out here. So when we create invoices, we have them pay here using our Square system, all that good stuff. And this desk, again, is actually wrapped. So we got a carbon fiber top on this. I believe this is Flexi Shield's carbon fiber, very cool. And then we just use some leftover metallic vinyl to wrap the actual desk itself, just to give it kind of a different look. So vinyl is very versatile. We wanted to show that in this area here. Behind me, you'll notice we have these curtains, and behind the curtains, this is where we house our printer. So you may be thinking it's kind of strange for the printer to be in the front lobby, but we specifically wanted to keep it up here because we want that printer to be in a climate controlled area where we can trust it's going to be safe from all the dirt and debris, and also we know it's going to print consistent colors for us. So the printer is really nice. We've enjoyed it so far. Both of these walls that we showed you earlier, we printed on this printer. So everything we've thrown at it so far has been able to handle. The only reason we have the curtains here really is just because on occasion we may be printing something that's exclusive or unreleased information, and so we want to be able to close this off if need be. Just because if we need to keep clients out of this area, we want to be able to do that. But in most cases when you come in, these curtains actually be open because we don't mind showing people what we're working on, right? It's a side of the business that they don't always get to see. That is pretty much it for the front lobby area. So now we'll head over into the shop. All right, so now we are in our shop area, which is basically just a large open space. That allows us to be very versatile what we do in here. We want to keep the space open so we can get cars in. I think in its current setup, we can get about 4 to 5 cars max. We can't work on that many at one time, but we can fit them in here if we need to. So right here to our left, first thing you'll see is we have our production table. This is a table we actually bought off of another wrap shop. They were moving out of town and we were like, hey, what are you gonna do with that table? And we jumped on it. One of my favorite tools that we have here, this allows us to roll out our panels when we're measuring for the car wraps and cut everything down for our full wraps. It also allows us to panel our commercial wraps together when we're doing large like box trucks or vans and things like that. We can go ahead and pre-seam those panels here on the table. So this has been really key for us in the last couple of years as far as our production goes in the shop. At the end of the production table, you notice we have our vinyl racks here. And so this is where we typically store vinyls that we're working with currently. So any like upcoming projects or recent projects, you usually catch that vinyl here because again, we can load it up and then we can pull right off of the rack onto the table to cut everything down. So very cool. We've had those racks for a long time. We've actually had those longer than we've had the shop. We actually had them at the house in the garage, when we first started out. So love those racks, really need to get some more. You may notice a door behind me. That was the initial office where I conducted all the business before we built the lobby up front. Right now, we're just using it for overflow storage. Nothing to see there really, pretty simple. Back behind us, you'll notice our mural wrap wall, so to speak. This is a wall that I did just for fun, kind of testing out one of our older printer models just to kind of see what it can do. And so we printed out a bunch of full wrap stuff that we had done in the past. And customers really like to see this. So on occasion when we bring customers back into the shop area and they see that wall, they'll stare at it for a while just to take a look at all the different colors and different projects that we've done and whatnot. But this wall also hides our restroom and utility closet. Not sure if you've noticed, but the restroom is right here. Restroom. We get the clients asking, do we have a restroom? And when we try to direct them to it, they typically can't find it. And so it's pretty funny. I didn't expect that when I wrapped this wall, but that's been very consistent. Nobody can ever find the restroom, so we always have to show them exactly where it's at. Next to the restroom, our utility closet, just where the HVAC equipment is at. We also store some things in there, cleaning supplies and whatnot. But that's pretty much it for over here. If we take you back into the corner, you see we got a couple of jacks that we use to jack cars up when we're doing work on the wheels or brakes. This is where we keep storage for all the products and tools that we use in the shop all the time, right? So on these shelves here, we have various things, detailing supplies, wheel covers for when we're doing our wraps. We keep our pressure washer back here for when we wash the cars. I mean, a bunch of stuff, batteries, anything you can think of that we kind of need access to all the time. All that stuff is stored over here. Also at the back of the shop, we have our plotter. So this is our main plotter we use here. We have two of them. One of them is a smaller 30-inch model. This one is actually a 64-inch, or I think it goes up to 68 or something like that. But we got this bigger one because we really like to be able to load full length or full width color change films at 60 inches in here and be able to plot whatever we need to. So one of my favorite pieces of equipment that we have here, we use it all the time. But yeah, plotter stays back here in this area. And then you'll see along the back wall, this is just kind of some overflow vinyl storage. This is where we keep the partial rolls from full wraps that we've done and larger projects. Any rolls that are still on the core that have a lot of excess, we kind of keep them on this back wall here. We do have one rolling rack, which is very nice. So I don't knock over all my vinyls, but this one moves around, which is convenient. I want to get a couple more of those just to kind of help organize this area. We also store wraps for like full rolls for full wraps that are coming up. So like when stuff comes in a little early and it's still in the box, that stuff gets stored over here too. Also along the back wall here, we have a few more shelves and things like that. These shelves or drawers we use to store things we need quick access to, like our tapes, squeegees, knives and blades, some random tools, wrap gloves, things like that. I've actually had these for a very long time too. I think since I first opened the shop, I bought these. This is one of the first things I bought. But it just helps keep things nice and organized. The file cabinets that they're sitting on store various different things. And then our vinyl storage for our smaller scrap vinyls. We had trouble trying to figure out what to do with the scrap vinyls for a long time. They just kind of get all over the place and they make a mess. And one year, I'm not sure where I saw this idea, but I got the idea to use wrapping paper boxes. So it was right after Christmas time, so everything was like on sale. And so we bought all of these wrapping paper boxes and we just put some labels on them for the different vinyl manufacturers or either types of vinyls. And that's what we use to store kind of smaller cut pieces of vinyl, because a lot of times these things come in handy, whether it's a touch up or repair on a wrap after somebody's got a door ding or a little accident, or it's just like decals or accents for another project in the future. It's just nice to have this stuff around. So we do clear these out from time to time. Once they get really full, we can't really fit much in them, we'll go through and kind of clear out the stuff we don't think we'll need, and then we just kind of start over. But yeah, we got chrome vinyls, reflective, like I said, all the major brands, 3M, Oracal, Tech Wrap, Avery, KPMF, all of this over here. And then we have a couple boxes for like random stuff and camo patterns and things like that. Right next to the vinyl storage, you'll see we have our air compressor. This is also one of my favorite tools here because we use it for a lot. We like to blow off the cars when we're cleaning them, either for wraps or PPF. We also use this to take the wheels off of cars with the air wrench and things like that. So the air compressor has definitely been key. Above the air compressor, we have our hose here, which is I think a 50-foot hose on a reel. We got this from Harbor Freight. It's been very convenient because we can just pull it out, get to pretty much anywhere in the shop, and then roll it back up for easy to clean or easy to get it out the way. Right next to that, we have our laminator. We haven't had the laminator very long. This is one of our newer pieces of equipment. We actually got it at the same time that we got our new printer. But the laminator is key, especially when you're doing printed wraps. It helps those wraps hold up to the elements. It also allows you to change the finish of film. So even if we're doing a color change wrap and somebody likes a color but they want it in a matte version, we can laminate it matte. We can laminate it with a metallic, a sparkle, anything. So very cool to do those custom applications and those commercial applications. I would like to have this one inside as well, but we don't have space for it up front. And this one is much easier to clean and keep protected even out here in the shop than the printer. So that's why this one stays out here, but the printer is in the lobby up front. Here's just some overflow cords that we need for when we're laminating materials. We also keep our laminates over here before we use them or when we're swapping them out. They stay stored right here next to it. So over on this wall is kind of where we have our installer station set up. I've been trying to think of ways to rework this, but this has worked for us for a good while now. We actually have a total of 3 installers, myself and 2 others included. For a long time, it was just me and 1 other, and so we're trying to figure out how to work that 3rd station in. But we have some pegboard up here. I can't remember whose idea this was, but I got it off one of the groups on Facebook. Somebody had some pegboard and they used it to organize their tools and stuff, and I thought that was a great idea. So here we just have obviously some spray bottle holders that we bought, I think, off Amazon. But nice because it holds like 10 bottles each. And then we have some cups where we store like trim tools and things like that, knives, whatever you want to put there really. This is my side. So you'll see I have like an extra tool pouch and also a Wrap U tool that we use to wrap mirrors hanging up down here. And then right next to that, we have my toolbox. So I keep all of my sockets, wrenches, screwdrivers, squeegees, all the tools that I use all the time. I keep them here, so I always know where to go get those. I also keep my extra spray bottles on this cart too. Next, we have the same thing. This is our 2nd installer station pegboard. So one of our other installers, he has everything here that he wants. As you can see, he doesn't really keep his spray bottles here, which is perfectly fine. He can organize them however he wants to. He actually keeps his spray bottles on his toolbox, but that's just how he prefers to do things. So we like to have those designated stations. As of right now, our 3rd installer just kind of uses the push cart, and he'll take it around with him if he needs to store some tools and stuff like that. All right, so our shop space, our shop is a total of 2,500 square feet, so not too big, but definitely got some good space in here. We can actually have 3 projects in here being worked on at the same time, which is really nice. As you can see right now, we have 3 vehicles in the shop. So we have one over here in the corner that's here for a ceramic coating. One last thing that I added in here. We have a few wheels on the wall here. These are primarily for display purposes. We do have a few wheel accounts, so we can order wheels for customers from time to time, even though it's not something we really advertise. But the main reason that I have these up here is because people ask all the time, can you wrap my wheels? I want to get my wheels wrapped. And we don't wrap the entire wheel, so if you have a silver wheel that you want totally black, we don't recommend vinyl wrap for that. Usually we recommend painting or powder coating, but we wrap the face of these wheels just so we can show customers exactly what we can do to their wheels if that's something that they're interested in. And that's been very helpful since we've done that. Didn't mention this, but here's the garage door. So this is where all the cars get pulled in. We only have one bay door. I definitely, on my next shop, would like to have at least two, but this is what we have for now, and we make it work. It's a 10-foot door, so we can get all regular vehicles in, but the larger projects like box trucks and food trucks even, those usually have to stay outside, unfortunately. So my next shop, I would definitely recommend, or I would definitely want to get a taller door, maybe 13 foot, 12 foot or so like that, and have two of them, you know. So our tool selection has definitely grown over time, you know, as we've grown the business. Sometimes we run into situations where we need a new tool, and luckily we have the space to facilitate that in most cases. So like you'll see, we have some doors pulled off of the Charger here, and we use these stands to hold doors and bumpers and things like that when we remove them from the cars. We bought, you know, multiple things like IR heaters, you know, big heaters that let us do bumpers more easily and things like that. Like I said, we didn't have the table when we first opened up the shop. You know, we got that in here. Really just anything we could think can make our jobs easier, help us do better wraps on cars, we're all for it, you know, and so we try to invest in it. Like I said, if you go back and watch the old videos about when we first moving into the shop, you'll see how it was very different. You know, we painted a lot of the walls in here, and it wasn't nearly this full. It was just like one big empty room, kind of. You know, we kind of making it ours as we go along. So hopefully this just helps give you guys a little bit of insight of my journey as far as starting my wrap shop and kind of where we're at right now. I'm always looking for ways to improve this part of the shop. This is kind of like a never-ending project for me, but I do like the way we have things set up right now. So if you like this video, if you want to see more about the tools we use and things like that, if you want to know more about why the shop is set up the way it is and how we make it work, leave us a comment down below. Let us know. If you like this video, leave it a thumbs up. And until next time, it's Lace by J5 signing out.